time for Measure Twice.
Welcome to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops, with the showroom now open in Granger next to C. Kramer Interiors. And Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. And Chris, he didn't curse me today, but he did sing "The Weather Outside is Frightful," so now I'll have that on my mind for, I don't know, at least
3
hours.
days. 3 days.
3 days? You're calling 72-hour? Man.
Yeah.
Well, if you see me on Monday and I'm still singing that, you have the right to slap me. Just slap me. I think we're pretty good at snow now. I think we got it covered. I don't think we need any more.
It's covered pretty well.
Yeah, I think we're good. I mean,
we've got a lot of coverage.
like, we're every single thing. And I only live like 10 miles north of you people, and I have like 3 times the snow. I don't know what's
crazy.
going on, man. It's pretty nuts. But I when you look at code, I'm just going to hard segue into something real quick.
Yeah.
When you look at building code and you laugh at some of it, or you're like, this is ridiculous, and I might not be talking from the builder standpoint, because I think, Joel, you deeply understand code. There's reasons for it, and we'll talk about that. But when you see this much snow in a season, you understand now that when you send out to get trusses built, it really does matter that they are engineered for a load.
Yeah.
Like, it really, really does matter, because it's easy to go like, really, 20,000 pounds, or, whatever I don't even know what it is. I'm making that up.
Yeah.
What is the snow load?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
what dead loads are, but
they have them.
Yeah.
And if you look at them, they're enormous. Like, it is like 20,000 pounds.
yeah, it's something. It's very high.
Yeah, it's like 5 elephants. It's, and you're like, what the heck? When you look at it, and then you look at my house that has 3 feet of snow on it, or had, it kind of melted off. I'm like, wow, I bet that's a lot of weight,
Yeah.
And I bring this up because a friend of mine yesterday told me that he had to go hire somebody to remove snow from his roof because it cracked his paint. Like, he could see that something was caving in.
Ooh. How old is his house?
Old. Bill, it's on, I don't want to give his address away. If I say it out loud, you'll know the house he is. When we break, I'll tell you where it is, because I don't want people visiting him, pointing and laughing. It's not really his fault.
Yeah.
But it's old. It's I think it was built in the 40s, and it was an addition that was done in the 50s. So it's a real deal. And I was going to advise him, like, you probably need an engineer to look at that. Right? I mean, that's not supposed to happen, right?
You can, if you just take the measurements, your span, and the height of your truss, or, well, it wouldn't be truss, it would be just hand-built rafters.
Right. On the spot, right?
Yeah.
And
You can have that calculated.
well, I think what I'm saying is he probably should, right? Because if something's happening because of the snow load, wouldn't that mean damage is done? If you see a change in your ceiling, right? Doesn't that mean that there's damage? Or does it just mean it's flexing? Or
It's flexing. It doesn't necessarily mean there's damage. It means that there's the potential.
yeah. That's, I guess, where I'm going. Like, and I don't know, what would you look for if you went and shined a flashlight up there? What would you be looking for? Like,
I'd be looking at the ridge. So at the top where the boards come together, what's your ridge? Usually, like, a lot of times that would have been like a 1x piece of material going down between where your rafters come together at the peak.
right?
That, or they're just coming straight together. Usually there is a ridge, though. And then, do they have anything coming down to the the ceiling joist.
To support the triangle. I'm
Right.
trying to use like
Right. So
The arms of
and
the
if
triangle.
So then what is that ceiling joist? Is it just a 2x4 or 2x6? What is the material? What is the span? Because that will tell you a lot.
yeah, you probably could eye it up and say there's probably a problem based on the distances between these strength points, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then if the arms of the triangle don't have supports and they're too long,
Well, I would guess there is supports because if it's pushing the ceiling down in the middle,
then that's
but that would tell me that probably whatever's spanning across the ceiling isn't heavy enough.
right.
And there are ways to get in there and kind of reframe, not necessarily reframe, but add to your framing to help push the with our new trusses. With trusses now, the loads are pushed to the outside walls.
And that's the strength of the house, right? Right on that.
And so there'd be ways to do that from the inside.
With all this snow, it will reveal some stuff about your house because of that load. You know, like if you see paint crack, or that's a sign.
Yeah, you're getting some serious deflection from
Right.
the top.
But what you're saying is that doesn't necessarily mean that something broke. It could be that it's just
Yeah,
maxing.
it doesn't mean it's failed, but it does mean that it could fail.
Right. It's kind of a scary proposition. When he told me that, I was like, wow. You know, and it made me look at my house like, wow.
Well, your house is new enough that it would.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have that issue.
Well,
You would hope.
and
Yeah, if you do, then
right. You would hope.
serious.
You would hope. I know people have been burned with new builds. You know, you really do have to. You really, not to do a hard segue. We were just talking about snow loads on houses. Obviously, if you look outside, there's snow and there's snow on roofs. But when you're doing a new build, it is kind of your responsibility to pay attention to that stuff too. I know nobody does because who knows what the rule, like if the regular person doesn't know. But you really do have to pay attention if you're getting a new house built. You should, I'm not saying
you at least ask the question.
yeah, just ask the questions. Like showing up on the job site, the average person isn't going to be able to go, oh, they're not long enough. That's just not in our wheelhouse. But you should ask the questions if it's being considered, because buyer beware, right? I mean, it's yours when they hand you the keys.
Yep.
And then now it's all your problems. But at any rate, with all this snow, hey, look in the corners of your house, especially if you have an older home. Make sure it's all, it's not moving, because it really can happen. I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it. And my daughter's house, we just put beams in, and I was talking with my son-in-law, like, just in time we did that. Just in time. Because his load, and he's an engineer, so he figured it out.
Yeah.
It was an amazing number. I can't recall the number, but he did the measurement of like what impact snow, and it was like, yeah, these beams are doing their job. Because when we put them up, we were like, these seems like overkill. It wasn't. It wasn't. He's like, yeah, it's like 4 elephants on my roof. That's crazy. Anyway, we were not going to talk about that, but Chrissy, your house is pretty old. But do you have a roof that holds snow?
Yeah.
On it, like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And back then they built things to last, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had it inspected
yeah,
when I bought it. So yeah, nope, everything is in the attic is
it's all original though, right? Back
Oh,
there,
yeah.
there, yeah.
still has bark.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just really cool. Like 100 years ago or more than
Nearly
100 years ago.
200 year old.
Yeah.
They cut it down and used it right away.
And the snow that it can handle it, which is kind of neat. But they were doing high level math. They just weren't doing it like we do it now. They just
Yeah, and it wasn't mass. You didn't order trusses. You built your own
right there,
right there.
right out of the tree. You just cut down,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
and some ways that's better. Obviously, right? You have a 200-year-old house. That's
You put in that dense growth, old growth stuff, green. Oh man, it gets so hard.
I know Joel's really he's got the same twinkle in his eyes when we talk about a Hallmark movie.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Old growth.
Oh man, that old growth gets me every time.
I love it.
Nothing better.
When you get holiday cards from him, you can't even open them because he uses old growth holiday cards.
Yes.
And they're very hard to work with.
You can't even write on it. It's so hard.
It doesn't take lead. You can't do that. Yeah.
You just know it's me. Nobody else would do
If you get a card you can't open, it was from Joel.
Yes. Comes as a slab. I don't know.
Well, when we come back, I wanted to talk about some things that were, coming out in all of our publications that we read, and it's like trend time.
Oh, yeah.
So let's get into
The
some
10 trends that designers say are coming
I
back.
can't wait to see your face, Chris. When we come back, this is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential. And we're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything, windows, doors, countertops, in a showroom now open in Granger, right next to C. Kramer Interiors.
Why does the showroom always hang you up?
I just make a pregnant pause for effect.
Oh.
It just sounds like it hangs you up. And a showroom.
I just, I don't want to rush through. I want to pause. And it's for effect. And it comes from years of broadcast experience.
I was just wondering. It seemed like it was.
Way to go, Joe. You screwed it all up.
It's how a craftsman would do it.
Okay. You're a radio craftsman.
So if just I'll do it extra special for Hoosier Hardwood Floors now. And we're also brought to you by Hoosier Hardwood Floors. Pause. Michiana's.
He's trying out for NPR.
What are they? Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted
and valued
and
experts.
Valued experts on hardwood floors.
I think he's having a stroke.
And you can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. That's HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. That's how they would do it in the 50s. Tell them where they can get them, Bob.
Yeah.
HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. That would be the game show
I was
version.
going to say, I feel like it's like The Price is Right or something.
That was the game show.
Oh, God.
What's under floor number 1? That's how they would have to
That's
do it.
behind curtain.
I know, but Hoosier Hardwood Floors would be
Oh,
the
that's
floor.
true. Well, yeah.
Maybe where they could floor a wall, I guess. I don't
You could wood a wall.
wood wall.
Or I don't know.
You
can. You
Wood
can.
a wall. Wood a wall. Wood a wall.
Wall.
Ceilings. Put a ceiling on the floor. Or
You
a
said
floor on the
that you
ceiling.
could do that.
Yeah.
You've said in here that
Yeah.
floor.
You can do floor on your ceiling. Wood planks on the ceiling. Absolutely.
Like, what's his name? Like dancing on the ceiling? Like, dancing on the ceiling. Who is that? The guy from American Idol. He was one of the Commodores. Can't think of his name now. Well, you can all email
I don't know.
me.
I'm lost.
I'm lost too. He had a song, Dancing on the Ceiling, and if you put the floor on the ceiling, then you could dance there. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Been done.
I don't even know who, like was it a contestant or was it a...
No, he's one of the judges,
Oh,
and he's super famous. I mean,
Lionel Richie?
Lionel Richie. Gosh, I could not think of his name. Wow, sorry, Lionel.
The song I know. I haven't watched like American Idol since like the first season.
Well, it has 100
Is it still
million.
on?
Yeah, there's so
it
many
really?
people watch it.
What?
A lot of people watch it.
Not me.
Well,
I'm not one of those.
you don't like American. You don't like the drama of trying to make it. I can't. No, I'm just kidding. It's still
I
on.
live
Watch
it
me.
every day.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Trying to make it every
This
day.
is called American Dream, though. It's a little different.
Yeah.
What he means,
Mixed a little
Idol, is
with
the little
American-
doll he looks at.
Mixed them a little with American Psycho.
Better than the American Horror Story, I guess.
I suppose so.
That's true. That's true. But it's still on, and it's Lionel Richie. But at any rate, I digress. I looked at the article from House. It was between House and Good Housekeeping.
Oh, I've been reading Good Housekeeping.
Okay, so I picked wisely. You didn't look at the House one.
I did not look at House.
See?
All right.
Only because it pops up on my phone and as a,
They're good remarketers.
yes. So,
Oh,
according
yeah.
to House and or Home, whatever it is,
When I do research for the show, I get followed.
there's Home and Garden, House and Garden.
Yeah, there's Home and Garden, House and Garden.
Garden
good
and house,
housekeeping.
garden and home, garden gnomes.
Your Garden and Me, The Secret Garden.
That's a good show. That's a good,
Was it good?
yeah, Secret Garden.
I don't know. Was it a movie? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Isn't that a book?
It's a book.
Yeah.
Turned into a movie.
Gotcha. The way it should be.
It's a good book.
Really?
Very good book. Yes.
Well, we digress to the topic.
It's no longer a secret garden.
It's not. It's an open.
It's
There's no secret about it.
It's called Cats Out of the Bag Garden. It's like you can't keep a secret garden. Okay, so I'm at house.com, and I was between the
I'm anxious to see if they match.
well,
Did you look at both?
I did. They do kind of match.
I figured.
Yeah, very close. But Good Housekeeping, what I like about the Good Housekeeping article is they're really good at like naming and blaming the the designer. Like I'm saying blaming, but they name the designer so and so from so and so.
Yeah. And you're like who?
Yeah, nobody knows who they are.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny because they kind of like, well, if you don't, I get the feeling like, well, if you don't like it, this is the person.
Yes, right. You disagree with us, talk to them.
Yeah, that's the feel that I get when I read the article, which is kind of funny. But they're all good articles. I like Good Housekeeping. I think that they
And this guy gives me a hard time about Hallmark.
they're not the hallmark of design. Okay.
They're really not even about design.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. But I chose house.com.
Okay.
Okay.
Leading expert.
Yes. But we kind of like House here. I mean, it's good. It's good.
It's a good resource.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at that in forever.
By the way, the V-rail stairs,
View rail.
view rail, I call it is view rail, isn't it?
Yeah.
I always call it V-rail. View rail follows me around now.
Yeah.
Oh, you looked it up once and
Yeah.
it's haunting you now.
I'm retargeted. They are cool as heck, though.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I can't go anywhere without seeing it, including places that I didn't even know that they could follow me to. But
Is that one of the trends?
it kind of, I think it was in Good Housekeeping.
I think it was too.
Yeah. 25 home design trends defining how we'll live in 2026. That's why I picked it.
How
on
we
how,
live.
on
we
how we
live.
live.
How we will live.
It wasn't like, here's design trends. It's like, no, this is how you'll live. Very impactful statement.
Yeah.
Don't
I'm
you think?
anxious.
It's a little over the top. I think.
Yeah.
dramatic,
Well,
for sure.
yeah.
I'm sure it's going to alter my life.
You read, it's a great article, but I'm not saying, you're going to change at the end. You're going to be like,
Yeah, okay.
a different person. I don't think you're,
Okay.
yeah. But there's some interesting things here. And they led with aging in place. Like that's the first thing right out of the gate in the article.
Well, I guess I'm not surprised at that based off of the population.
Right. So you think that that's just driven by, like, most people are in the stage where they're in the house where they're going to be.
Yeah, the largest segment of the population are the boomers who are retiring and are retired.
But not moving, I think, was what the
Right,
article is
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, they want to
Exactly.
stay in their
Yeah.
homes.
They're not going to the, warmer climate. They're not going, they're just, this is where we're going to be.
Yep, they're planning ahead, or
Yeah.
turning their spaces into easy living spaces as they age.
And I think what we're seeing, and this show's really about like the home and design and all that stuff. But I think these towns that are in everywhere America are getting easier to live in. Like you don't have to move.
Harder to buy a house in.
Harder to buy a house. That's true. And it probably harder to buy a house where it's warm, right? Because of that. But
Well, where I'm from, we need some of these boomers to sell their houses so the younger population can move in because our school district is actually shrinking because of it.
well, that's the thing.
It's like a massive issue.
But
Per capita, we're the oldest town in the state.
As far as aging population,
Yeah.
But when you think about it, though, it's easier to age here now. Before you would move to Florida, let's say,
Exactly.
or South Texas or Phoenix,
Yeah.
one of those towns there, and the geriatric, for lack of a better term, hospitals and care were densely populated down there,
Yeah.
and sparsely served in the north. I mean, that's the way it was. Like the doctors went down there.
Yep.
Now you had like the hospital business is everywhere. So you can stay here and not have to worry about, am I going to find a specialist for my whatever when I get older? I mean, that's part of the reason. And they kind of address it there, where it's like you can stay in your house. And they talk about, I just can't believe it was like number one. Like
it makes sense.
It does.
I guess it does after talking about it.
Yeah, it really does.
But now with the designs, the gist is from the designs from like the 90s, they really didn't, that you had to change your house to stay in it because of the way they were designed in the 90s. Lots of stairs, lots of like steps.
But I would think even any house, unless you're building a house specifically like now for aging in place, your doorways aren't wide enough.
Well, and that's part of the trends, like to open some of these things up. Well, the technology's also caught up with being able to age in place.
Yes.
And that's partly why you see a lot more of it here.
Right.
You know, because like in Arizona, you're gonna get houses that are single level. A lot more single level houses than you would here.
And honestly, the doorways are bigger. They really are. And one of the things that caught my attention was, and I didn't really think of this, is like wider walkways in general. Mm-hmm. Like even landscaping, like generally you're landscaping wider. So the cement sidewalks are marginally bigger than like in a regular new build. And the drawers, bigger handles.
Yeah.
Like
easy to grab.
Right. Which makes sense, right? Less opportunity to have a problem. But when we come back, I think number 2 is slightly less exciting for that, but exciting in that it kind of makes sense. When we come back, we'll talk about that. This is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply, everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops, with the showroom now open in Granger next to C. Kramer Interiors. Did you like the way I did that one? I didn't pause.
I didn't mind it before. I apologize.
Don't, the
stuff that you do is always perfect.
You need to keep me on the straight and narrow there, Joel.
And I wasn't paying any attention.
And I appreciate it. And we're brought to you by Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts in hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. That was laden with
too many pauses
too
there.
Many. That was too many.
Yep.
All right. So we're talking about trends for 2026. And before we get into that, Chris, you're seeing some trends that are kind of old school coming back.
Yeah, but they're new.
Like what? What are the new old school trends that you were talking about?
Ruffled skirts on upholstery is
gross.
But it's new to a whole generation of people.
Won't that date though right away? Because it dated once already.
They look at it as cottagey, so so it's kind of it's fresh.
It will date though. It'll be like
it'll be a fad.
It'll be like the modern farmhouse or some of those that
one of the trends we're seeing is a shift back to more traditional.
Right. Which will
what is traditional though? I mean, like more detail, like frillier, or
the trend has been edging modern and transitional to modern, clean lines. Now we're getting back to a little bit more darker brown woods are becoming more popular again. For a while, it was considered dead. Nobody wanted what they call brown furniture, which is cherries, mahoganies, things of that nature.
It's funny you mention that because that happens to be the number 2.
Is it?
Yeah, traditional details. They're saying it's details. The finer finishes are traditional.
Yes.
So like they're talking about like Tudor influences, which I guess you'd have to explain Tudor. I couldn't do it justice. But when they say like Tudor influences, what is Tudor?
Tudor is an English period from like the 1500s.
Before Elizabethan.
Well, they're talking about like insert cabinetry, plate racks, things like that. That's the article from
racks.
House, which is entitled
In your kitchen?
25 Home Design Trends Defining How We'll Live in 2026. It's forgetting. Number 2 on the list is a throwback to traditional style, but not formal
Correct.
in the details, grounded in quietly elegant drawing inspired by the English countryside.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? And I think the
definitely-
ruffled...
That's part of it.
Yeah. When they're focusing on the kitchen, they're talking about the inset cabinetry, plate rack.
You're saying like
arched range
the inset
hoods.
door and drawers.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know that's funny. I do see more of that now, or more people interested.
I like it, but I mean that's my
I've always liked
preference.
that more anyway. But
Cleaner look, and but it's more expensive to do.
yep.
Yeah, I think all of this is a little bit more pricey because of the workmanship to accomplish it.
Yeah, because when you throw the term traditional out, people automatically start thinking Queen Anne, Chippendale,
Right.
dark mahogany, high polish, that type of thing. But I don't think we'll ever go back to that. But there'll be references to it in a more modern way.
Like, and that's where you hear like the
Detail, the finer finishes, because for so long we've been looking at really kind of some of the companies out there that drove the trend. The finishes look dry and they don't have any depth to them, and so when you see a beautifully hand rubbed finish and you see the depth of grain,
That's the detail
that's the detail they're talking about.
And then as it goes throughout the house, they're saying like archways, curves and scalloped edges. They soften spaces, and then they're saying that the colors are like muted, like blues. That's what they're saying here. So I don't know if they're
The trends in colors, now we're seeing reds are coming back.
burgundies. That was the thing.
Yeah.
They muted. I don't know what they mean by muted though.
Softer,
Just not super-
Right. The jewel tones are coming back, but more depth to them. So we're seeing that in the
You're
fabric.
going to have to explain that to me.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
The depth. Well,
First of all, what's a jewel tone?
jewel tones are your hunter greens, your burgundies, your navy blues. Those are your jewel tones.
Oh, like ruby,
Yep.
sapphire. Like think
Yeah,
about like
the
that
depth.
type
Their
of-
they have more. They're deeper tones, like a hunter green when you think of burgundy, it's not a light red. It's a deep, saturated, rich color. So we're seeing that those, and designers are the ones who are typically driving the force, or driving these changes. They're requesting more. Like for a while, everything was blue and gray. That's no longer.
right now.
Blues are still in. Grays are out.
Oh boy,
Uh-oh.
that's
And
good for a remodel.
and now your jewel tones are coming in, the burgundies, the greens.
Yeah, they're and the feels are like more inviting. They're saying it's
Warmer.
It's warmer, right?
Classic and timeless traditionally.
Which leads us to the wood that puts it on there. The next number 3 of how we're going to live our life, I guess, is warm and medium wood tones. Mm-hmm. So that goes right along.
Yep.
Aligns with the deeper colors, right?
Yep.
'Cause there's less contrast, I guess, with it. Like or more
They complement each other
complement
better.
is the word, right?
Would you still have some gray tones in that, or no? Just browns.
Just browns. They're hard to. Grays are kind of hard to mix in with those because they're warmer. Unless you get a warmer gray, a lot of grays are cool.
Darker stains, they say, are coming back, and like throughout the house. So like even into the bathroom kind of draws that color palette in where it's less sterile.
Yes.
Even there, even
Warmer,
in-
more inviting.
Right.
It's more comfortable to live with.
and they kind of get into, really it's both 2 and 3 on the list, which are the traditional details, then warm, medium wood tones. They're basically saying the same thing.
They're very similar.
Yeah. But next on the list is another of the same thing, because they're saying now warm, earthy colors everywhere, which is really just what the first 2 said.
Yes, exactly.
They're not really like they're trying. That seems like filler in this article. I'm not criticizing House. It's a great, it's a great website, but come on, you threw in the towel a little bit there.
They had to get to 25.
Yeah, it's like you got to get to 25 somehow. But this is something that I was dying to ask you about because they said green as the new neutral.
Okay.
And I'll just give you the first sentence. Green is stepping out of the accent shadows and becoming a defining hue in home design.
Yes.
Something that's more muted,
But I don't understand.
like real bright greens.
Green is the new neutral. Blue was the new neutral for years.
But what does that mean?
That means it pretty much works with almost anything.
Okay, so it's not. It doesn't clash with anything anymore.
Well, any color can clash with something, but so green is taking over the blue as the new neutral.
It's saying it's the new anchor color.
Yeah, you're seeing it in cabinetry, green cabinetry.
We just did a kitchen with. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and so then you'll have different types of green in the same room.
You can, as long as they complement each other. Because there's, like anything, there's different shades and different values of green.
You can't have lime green against, I don't know.
There's chartreuse, there's the limey green, there's the hunter greens. And
But what's cool is they're saying now that yellows as accents are coming back.
yeah, well, if you've got the green, yeah. Greens and golds and yellows are very complementary to each other.
Because yellow makes green.
How do you feel about yellow?
It's been out for a while. It just depends. I mean, there's people who love yellow.
But
I don't mind accenting with yellow, but I don't.
With for an accent.
If you could see the picture that they use, I think that their picture does more justice than what they wrote about it, because they talk about if you go into a room and you have these green tones and these inviting burgundies, and then you have like a yellow chair, it does something for the room. And if you look at their picture, they have that. It's like all these earthy, inviting, and then there's this like one love seat that's kind of, it's not bright yellow. It's not like not
lemon.
Yeah, it's not lemon, but kind of like an earthy yellow that makes it stand out. And I think that's where they're going.
See, that's a project we just did with green.
We're on the radio, but you'd have to describe it.
We did a little
coffee table.
Well, the walls.
Yeah, walls
are a green grass cloth with off-white wainscoting underneath it, and then so we completely redid this lower level in Kentucky, and we mixed dark woods with the green. We did a green grass cloth on the wall.
Right,
turned out absolutely beautiful.
And then the furniture is more of like light tans and
more into the gold tones.
Right.
Yeah.
So keeping that inviting, warm. When we come back, though, they do have something that I thought was cool. And I want to talk about that in our next segment. When we come back, this is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling and Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors. You like the way I did that? I was like you were like going to make a layup, game-winning layup there. And you're listening. Wait a minute, Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling, and this is the show that helps you envision your home's potential. And we're doing it today with the topic.
Oh yeah.
And you are listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. And we are brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops, with the showroom now open next to C. Kramer Interiors in Granger. And Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts in hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. We're just kind of dissecting from Houzz.com their article about the 25 home design trends defining how we'll live in 2026. So visit that article and you can, follow along with us if you want, but not if you're driving. You probably shouldn't do that if you're driving. But the next thing on the list that I thought was cool and kind of interesting was they titled it Integrated, Seamless, and Hidden Features, which I thought was kind of neat. And it's both actually hidden features, like hidden lighting, like things that provide light, but you really can't. You can't
backlighting something.
Yeah. Or even a task light that is completely embedded in the environment. which I think is kind of interesting. And we've talked about that before, but it's not all just about lighting. They're talking about like hidden range tops, hidden refrigerators with panel ready fronts. And you want to define panel ready for the audience, just in case somebody doesn't know what they're talking about.
Panel ready appliances or appliances that whoever's making the cabinets, they'll make up doors that fit the doors on your appliances so that it looks like it's just a piece of the cabinets.
Right. The one sentence that I think sums it up the best for this particular idea is they use the term that these things recede into the architecture of the room.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a good way.
Seamless.
Yeah.
And things become seamless.
Right. And there's so many like different things like hiding a range top. The way they have it is it's literally just like something slides off of it and then
it's just like the under-counter phone chargers. You don't even know that they're there.
Right. Exactly. That's one of the things they talk about, that there's technology around you but you don't see it. Mm-hmm. It's not, you just know it's there and you can like plug your phone in at the counter. Like they have a countertop and they have a phone plugged in and you can actually hide it there. Like you can actually slide the phone in under the counter.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to tell you,
there are some
house,
that you can just set on the counter.
So I hear.
I'll charge it.
You just do that.
Yeah, you just put your phone down and it's gone. But you can even go to the next step and like not even see your phone. Like it's just away, which I think is pretty cool. And the panel ready stuff is interesting because it is kind of neat to walk into a kitchen and it's like, where is the refrigerator?
Yeah.
It becomes obvious once you know it's there. But like, you walk in and you're like, wow, that's kind of really neat. But the hidden charging stations, that was bound to happen.
Oh yeah,
because cords are unsightly
and a pain.
They really are, and they get everywhere. But it is hard to build that stuff, right, Joel? Like that's.
Well, it's not. Yeah, there's just extra cost in it because it's labor,
right,
and technology,
right. Together.
Two things that are probably your more expensive things that you'd have in your home.
They said concealed cove lighting.
I guess I'm not sure what that is.
I'm not. Chris, do you know what they mean by when they say concealed cove lighting? Because they don't give me any insight, and all I can think of is like cove trim. So it must be behind that.
You can backlight it or underlight it, but it's basically when you recess the lighting, like with LED, the strip lighting behind the cove, underneath the cove.
The things you can do with that now is just...
the tape lights.
We've been doing that for years, but the old tape light where you could see the diodes.
Yeah.
But no, that's basically you leave a gap. Like you see it a lot in tray ceilings or in coffer ceilings where they'll leave a gap that they can put the lighting in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see.
So it's concealed.
And it's just kind of like mood lighting.
Yeah, just basically ambient.
Right.
It is awesome.
It is cool.
Especially if you're an audiophile or like you like to watch movies and have that experience, that's the best lighting. Like if you go to a movie theater, think about it. It's still kind of lit in there. It seems like it's pitch dark, but it's not. They just have that lighting around the top, so it doesn't affect what you're looking at, but you can kind of still see.
Right.
Which is kind of, you can get that in your house now, everywhere. And then lastly, I thought this was kind of interesting, that flat panel cabinets and vanities.
So, like slab doors.
Yes.
No
detail.
No detail.
No.
They're saying that's the detail. Like they're. Well, I'll just give you their first sentence. Sleek and streamlined flat panel or slab front cabinets and vanities are gaining ground, even in traditional style rooms. Smooth and unframed doors and subtle edge profiles give cabinets a custom look that feels modern yet refined. And it's funny because the word custom look used to be referred to the shake style or whatever, and now they're saying no, now slab looks custom. Well, that's probably because so many non-slab are out there that this appears custom now.
Well, and slab the slab fronts have never, I would say, were not typically popular. Mm-hmm. Your other door styles are more popular, the paneling and that type of thing.
But that slab would be more traditional. I mean, I'm thinking about like the Polidor house and the kitchen we're going to be doing there, like based off of like the kitchen that you had kind of wanted it designed off of. The drawers were slab drawer fronts.
Yeah,
it is a paneled door, but the drawers are.
But I think here they're talking about everything is slab. Yeah. The doors and drawers are all slab front.
Yeah.
Slab really seems more European to me.
Yeah, and modern versus traditional, but
yeah,
that's what I mean.
And it depends on this. I'm not a big fan of them, but it just. I mean, if you get a beautiful wood grain, then I think yes.
Yeah, that's great. But man, that depending on you get too big of a slab door, and that thing will move. And just cause you problems.
Oh, so you're saying that
I'm not a huge fan.
I'm not either. Typically,
I was the same way. I was like, wow, that seems trendy. Like really trendy.
Slabs have been around forever, but they're just not to the forefront. They've never been to the forefront. They've always been used in a more contemporary setting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, well, is that traditional? Like, I think they're just putting the word traditional in front of them.
It can be if you're doing a slab front that has some beautiful graining, then I think you could edge it a little more traditional. But when I think of a slab front, I'm thinking.
I mean, a lot of times it's
laminate.
It's plywood with a edge.
Yep.
Yep. Like edging around the edges so that you don't see the plywood.
Right.
Edge. So, I mean. So you're not going to get like that beautiful grain necessarily.
Yes.
Then one of the things that I don't know I know how I feel about it, but I wanted to get your guys' feeling on it. Wall-mounted bathroom faucets.
Oh, they're cool. I like them.
Yeah, I think they're in the right application. They're really cool.
Yes.
I wouldn't do it everywhere, but
okay. I'm not a fan.
Really?
It's just
they're really cool in a powder room.
It just seems like I'm at a stadium. I'm in a public bathroom.
There are some, but there are some that are really cool, and they fit your room.
Thank you again for listening. This is Measure Twice.
Podcasts by Federated Media.